Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press. Today, Thursday, 22nd of January, 2026, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse. We're heading in. Jury selection in the Alexander brothers continues. Anonymous. Well, anyway, the whole thing is the lead up to the opening arguments Monday, the 26th. Could be a snow day. That's what some people are saying here. Right now it's beautiful. It's about 40 degrees. The snow's all melting. Everything is cool and chilling. We're heading in. Today could be the summary judgment arguments in Lively versus Baldoni. There's a lot of interest in the case, and we've been covering it. We wrote a book called Hollywood Hearsay. I'm not sure what the logistics for today's argument are going to be, so I don't want to overstate it, but it is my hope that we'll be going live with it. So too tomorrow, the Mangione hearing about Altoona. Also another book we wrote, Altoona, PA, Lone Wolf, Mangione's search. This was about the 9 days in New York State Court in front of Judge Caro. This Friday will be very short, according to Judge Garnett. Maybe a single witness about Altoona Police's policy. So there's a lot going on. There's also we've been covering this strange Pokemon and sports card trading criminal trial, U.S. versus Curcio. Could be closing arguments tomorrow. We're back on the beat. We're back on that case. Now what can we say? Yesterday there was a decision by Judge Engelmeyer in the Epstein files unsealing Ghislaine Maxwell case, rejecting the motion by Thomas Massey and Khanna to kind of intervene in the case, become participants, and demand a special master. He said there's no provision for third parties intervening in criminal cases in that way, and that they could file a civil case if they want, or use the tools available to Congress, such as they are. Now, interesting enough, Khanna was turned down. We're going to use this as a transition. The statement about banks should reduce their interest rates on credit cards to 10%. Of course, Jamie Dimon, the head of the biggest credit card lender in the United States, Chase, also an Epstein-related entity and individual, has said it's an outrageous idea. Some fintech called Built is doing it, kind of cynically. It's jumping on board. Khanna has praised it, so it's an interesting conundrum, this issue of the credit cards. Also, in more serious financial news, at least more concrete, Fair Finance Watch continues to battle Fulton Financial and its bid for Blue Foundry Bank. Very cynical. Fulton Financial was required ostensibly by the Fed to make public its branch closing plans, but yesterday, at the very expiration of the comment period, they said, see confidential exhibit I. So we'll see. Of course, they've been on the board of the Philadelphia Federal Reserve Bank, so there's that issue as well. And we have a new addition to that issue, which is that the ultimate, or the one that the board is most concerned about, was Silicon Valley Bank being on the board of the San Francisco Fed. They're trying to sweep that one under the carpet, but in fact, it's pervasive in every single district, and it needs to be solved. Yesterday's Supreme Court arguments seemed to go well for Fed governors staying in their jobs, but what about cleaning up the Reserve Bank conflict of interest? It has to be done. And the ultimate cleanup job, the United Nations. The Secretary General, now he said he skipped Davos because he had such a serious cold, but he's doing a photo op, I believe today, with some foreign minister. And he's tweeting about the Board of Peace and how he's not saying it in so many words. Pretty much it's terrible. And I've noticed that there's some UN supporters that are like, the UN should move out of New York now that the Board of Peace is horning in on it. I agree. You know what? If you can't, but from a different side, if you can't respect freedom of the press here in New York City, it's time to hit the road, Jack. So we continue to push it. It's kind of amazing to me, but we will not rest. But we're going in now. Blake Lively? Got to check it out. To be continued.